Alright, should be live. Everything should be up. Shane, I'm glad you're here at the start of the bell. Trying to finish this off today. 307 races. Hopefully done today. Where do I want to finish? Not on Tokyo Expressway, that's for sure. No. I'm just doing the 6 races today. It'll be 307 altogether. Let's see. Fuji's fun. Suzuka's awesome. So let's do the races that are not on the F1 calendar first. Yeah, today will be 100% complete, so I don't know how long I've had this game, but you scared me putting in one letter at a time, I'm gonna be honest. There's not even a trophy for 100% completing it, so this is just for my own invisible trophy case, I guess. The F1 cars are absolutely just the Wild West. The braking points and the gear suggestions are just, they don't matter. It's just whatever you think is gonna stick, really. Luckily, when the car tries to swap ends on you, it's not super snappy and quick. They at least let the car slide a little bit, let you catch it. Probably shouldn't have gone for full downforce at Tokyo Expressway, but we're making headway. Another thing they let you do is DRS is active anywhere, but the only requirement in order to activate DRS is that you're not giving any input elsewhere. So you can't have DRS active in a corner or something. If there's steering input or any other input going on, DRS is not activated. We are doing pretty okay for max downforce. Which is good, because I'm sure I'm going to screw something up somewhere. See, that gear suggestion was, what, 6th gear? Technically I was at 6th gear speed, but I was able to roll through there with a lot of ease, so that I probably could have ran through in 7th. And so the gear suggestions are actually suggestions, and the braking points are nowhere near full braking point. Yep, just running inside of me. That'll work. I haven't checked my braking pressure either to see if, yeah, ABS is kicking in, so that's probably why the braking points are where they are. And F1 cars that can kind of beating bang off of each other is kind of fun. Three wide at Tokyo, it is not a good idea. Yeah, the ABS is working really hard in some places, so that's why the braking points are so far out. Because I'm a cheater and I run ABS all the time. I think the only racing games that I don't run ABS is when there's dirt racing involved. I think ABS really hurts you when you're trying to slide cars around. But I just don't think it's any fun to run no ABS and have to like feather your brake pressure to not lock the tires up, because that's a whole other level of concentration that I just don't have. And yeah, technically it slows me down, but the amount of learning curve to go fast without ABS is such a big curve that I'd rather just take a little bit of a hit being kind of slow with ABS on than turning ABS off and taking God knows how long to learn how to drive fast without ABS. Because if I turn ABS off, I'm going to be a good... I mean, it's going to be seconds slower for a while until I figure it out. So I'd rather just drive with ABS on and not worry about it. I think the only game I would really care to run no ABS would be on iRacing. I don't know if iRacing even has driving assists on it. I would assume it does, because it seems to be a pretty inclusive service. But like if I was going to run no ABS, it would probably have to be in a whole new game with different mechanics than what I'm used to. That way when I try to get used to whatever the game mechanics are and the physics, I'm getting used to the no ABS at the same time. So that way that's just my one impression is just the no ABS. And I think, I don't know if I start most racing games without traction control on. I think it depends on the game and how confident I am in the physics of it, on whether I start with traction control on. In just about every racing game, I usually work towards turning traction control off, or at least changing it up depending on what car I'm in. Because traction control will absolutely slow you down. That's a much bigger slowdown for you than ABS or any other assist. Stability control can slow you down a whole lot, but I don't think there's any game that I run stability control in. Stability control will slow you down infinitely more. I think of stability control as like the assist mode in Mario Kart, where it doesn't even let you drive. It's like little brother mode to me. Oh, taking some of these corners flat out is satisfying. I wonder if I'll lose a bunch of power when my battery starts to drain. We still got 5 more laps and my battery level is less than 10%. Oh, it has charging feature on this. Cool. So we can recharge our battery. Part of me wants to try that corner flat out. I feel like it can happen. I did do one practice race prior to starting the stream, just so I could get into the physics of the F1 car on this. And even with a practice round, I cannot catch the speed of the brakes with the downshifts. All I know is that really the braking points and the gear suggestions don't matter at all. That's just, they're like, shoot for somewhere around here, and then in the subsequent laps just keep going faster and faster. Every time it just sticks. Yeah, we're out of battery power now because it's struggling to recharge. I haven't had a point in this game where any of the hybrid cars, yeah, that's not a flat out corner. Any of the hybrid cars that have that battery power, the only time I've ever really noticed it is at the special stage where it's just all straightaway. And then it's noticeable by a couple mile an hour, but I don't know if in actual racing situations it really kills your power or not. I was probably down in first gear. These races are also longer than expected. But I'm in it for the long haul today. I'm definitely finishing this off today. I wanted to finish this game in its entirety before the year was up. I'll also announce the stream that I'm going to do here after a little while. I did not meet my last year's New Year's resolution. Cool, good, rad. That time it didn't let me catch the car. But yeah, as I was saying, I didn't meet my New Year's resolution from last year. So punishment is necessary. So I'll be doing a stream of whatever that is later on, and I'll talk about that probably at the end of this stream. But it's definitely not content that I've ever done on my streaming channel before, so it'll be a new thing. New and scary. Which is how punishment works. So it fits. I'm just driving like hell now. And not the good kind. Getting complacent when I'm out 11 seconds ahead. Either that or there's tire wear. No, there's not. I just looked at the tire chart. There's no tire wear. I'm just bad. There was a chance of the clean race bonus until I literally punted a wall. Oh, man. I so wished I could just run that corner full throttle. It would be nutty. I absolutely should have taken some downforce out of the car for this track, but my other problem with driving these cars is the throttle vectoring. In my brain, I'm like, okay, I'm in an F1 car. I gotta be nice getting back on the throttle because no traction control. But jumping back on the throttle, as long as you're not like in the middle of a corner and you have a lot of steering input, you can pretty much just jump all the way back into the throttle. Which is not what I'm used to. Even in this game, I'm at least somewhat used to, you know, don't jump all the way back into the throttle. Because that'll definitely break your traction, but I tried to take it full speed and then I put too much steering input into it. I had to jump out. How consistent are my times? 130s all the way across the board? Yeah. So I guess I'm plus or minus like 3 or 4 tenths. Once I got used to what I was doing. Minus the lap I sent it through the wall. My lap time was down, so I just sent it off into that corner to see if I could gain some time. One down. No clean race bonus, darn it. I knew I wasn't going to get it. And we racked up fastest lap, which is more than we can say for the last series I did. Okay. I think I already have it. We'll see. That's really the only thing I want out of the daily car is just a new car. Because I really have all the cars that I need, yeah. No, it's new. It's just the newest model. Okay, well, it's different technically, so it'll stay. Alright, the only other one not on the F1 list is Fuji. So we'll go there. I think after that I can run them in order. Because I really like Spain. And I also really like Red Bull Ring. Red Bull Ring is one of my favorite tracks, but as much as I like to say it's my favorite track, I feel like I'm not as fast as I think I am at that track. So that'll probably be more of a challenge. Let's see. Fuji has that long front straightaway. Full downforce didn't hurt us at Tokyo, really, so see what happens. We were about a third or 3/4 of the way down the front straightaway. Oh, going down to first really upset the car. I don't know if it was going down to first or because I was on the curb, but alright, more brake is necessary there. But not there. I'm so scared to just jump back on the throttle in so many places. Well, going down to first that time didn't jump the car out, so probably just jumping up onto the rumble strips. I remember why I hate Fuji. That corner. The AI loves to just break the hell out of that corner, and it is not necessary. Verdict on lap 1, sloppy as hell. Part of me just wants to never go down to first gear in this car. Now that we have some open track, we're kind of making a little more progress. But I feel like we haven't gotten to I feel like this is the meat of the lap, is these sections in here. I'm like really excited to clear all this traffic. We're still 14.5 seconds down. So we're gonna have a better chase in this race than we did at Tokyo. Yeah, I kind of don't want to go to first ever, because once you get down to speeds like that, you're getting no downforce on the car. Because all these wings kind of need air in order to work, and getting air to the car requires speed. And when I say that, I sound like an idiot, because what gear you're in is not how fast you're going. Although it's a lot easier to upset the car. Yep, just body me up like that. Cool. I had positioning. My head's like 90 degrees the wrong way. Yeah, remember when I said it was cool that you could drive F1 cars that for a little bit of contact? Yeah, I take that back. Wish contact wasn't illegal still. I can't go back and dump him because that's just going to hurt me. Crisscross, bitch. We'll take his nose off though, let him know who's boss. Oh, I saw a video the other day. Just another reason to deter me from playing literally any racing game in multiplayer. Saw somebody doing GT races in Gran Turismo, and it was ranked. It was ranked races, and some guy was just griefing corners. He was just sending it off into the corners, trying to take people out. And the guy who was racing did it fantastic. He saw the guy in his rear view roll on with way too much speed, so he went like he was diving for the corner and dove back out. He basically juked the guy out of his shoes, and he went flying on by, but it was at the final chicane at Spain, so all the guy did was run through the chicane, and he was still out ahead of him. And so the guy got to him and dumped him. He spun him out. He deserved it, but then the guy who avoided the griefer got a 5-second penalty for dumping him. Because he was brake blocking him at that point. He tried to grief him into the corner, and then he tried to brake block him out on the straightaway. So when he went to go by him, the other guy basically spun himself out on the other guy, and it triggered a time penalty. So even if you try to run a nice race, try to run a good clean race, the internet's an awful place. That's why I hate multiplayer on like almost everything. And the super popular games are just geared against you. The Call of Duty algorithms are like Facebook levels of bad. Like, it's literally written into their algorithm that if you spend a lot of money on the microtransactions, they basically just let you smurf. Because they want the people who haven't spent money to see you who has spent money and watch you just annihilate everyone around them to try and convince other people to spend their money. And everybody's wondering, why are single player games dying? Because people like Call of Duty and other big multiplayer games like that, or like PUBG, which is half a game anyways, makes so much money on like no cost. And then GTA 5 is the saving grace, because GTA 5 has a very good single player, and then GTA Online rolled out, and GTA 5 has made so much money. Mostly for the GTA Online side, but the GTA 5 single player got so much praise when it came out. I still think there's a market for, you know, non-shooters or battle royale games to make a lot of money, or EA Sports games. Although EA Sports games are like leading the charge into getting microtransactions throttled or regulated somehow. I have a feeling that's the whole argument against EA and their microtransactions, or any game in their microtransactions, is headed towards like ESRB levels of change in the industry. I was around when the ESRB got put into place, but I wasn't really old enough to understand what was going on or care, really. I wasn't even playing the games that people were all upset about. And, but I feel like that's definitely where microtransactions and stuff like that are heading for games. It's going to get to a point where legal issues are going to get called into play. And somebody's going to have to either make a deal so that self-regulation gets thrown in, which kind of has. There's, you know, warning labels are thrown onto games nowadays, but nope, wrong button. You know, labels got thrown onto games after the ESRB, you know, the mature rating, and then stores were required to have someone of 18 years of age or older to purchase those games. Parents still go out and get their kids, you know, Call of Duty. Those are all M-rated games. That's why you hear 9-year-old cussing you out on on Warzone because their parents bought it for them. But there's really nothing. The big thing for me is that there's really nothing there's no incentive for like Sony to put investment into a game like Gran Turismo or any single player racing game for that matter. Racing games are inherently meant to be multiplayer, but like this Gran Turismo was built on multiplayer, and like me running through the campaign quote unquote style, I get nothing from it. It's just me having fun. I'm very excited for the next Gran Turismo that's going to come out because it looks like a return to form, which I'm very excited for. But my original point, it's just the incentive to make half games that are just total money grabs with microtransactions. There's nothing deterring people from doing that because it makes so much money, regardless of what people say online or anything. Like people who are quote unquote gamers who are upset, like EA makes so much money, It's like, who cares? As long as EA and other companies are swimming in their microtransaction money bath, who cares what anybody says? It's the money that talks. That's why everybody always gets upset at Nintendo, but Nintendo makes such good stuff that everybody buys. It doesn't matter what they do, they're still going to make so much money on everything. Oh, clean race. I think after completing the game, the only next thing I would have to do is to try and level up to level 50. But I don't know if my license changes after that. I think the green license is the last one, but I could be blowing smoke out of my ass. I don't know. I'm also going to have to start finding new things to stream. Nürburgring is definitely full downforce. There's no question there. There's a couple of big straightaways, but I think the front straightaways are longest, and I doubt I'm gonna get to top speed as early as I did, like at Fuji. Brake warning was a little late, but I'm really tossing it into these corners. Which is not smart. Yep. The braking points might be a little closer to realistic for me as well on this course, just because most of the corners are so tight in quick succession. Oh, the uphill chicane was flat out. That was fun. Oh, we're gonna cross over. You know, a little half-ass kind of jump outside by a car length. The AI in this game absolutely does not let the car roll through the middle of the corner. As I roll through the middle of the corner and take myself out. But I gotta adjust the headset. Wouldn't be my stream if I wasn't adjusting headsets and complaining about it. Yeah, the AI just doesn't let the car roll through the middle of the corners. Yep. I don't think I have a reverse. I have to just let it roll down the hill. Okay, so now we got a new challenge. Have a full-blown disaster and then try and run back to the front. We got to cut 46 seconds out of the lead. Oh my god. At a slow course like this? Man, we got a challenge now. Of course it was that first hairpin corner where I tried to... I gotta start tossing it into the corners way harder if I want to eat up that gap. I lost 11 seconds, which is right around the gap that I've been put into the field in the past couple races, so... It looks like I will be cutting it close at the end. Gives me a reason to haul ass, though. Patience is out the window. Except in turn one. We have to have better patience in turn one. I will absolutely be using DRS. I think instead of trying to cut that corner so tight like I did when I spun it, I need to just kind of let the car go and run that corner out. Even if it gets me bad positioning to the cars around me. Also got to be more aggressive getting back on the throttle. It's just I want to get back in the throttle in the middle of those corners. And with a lot of steering input, getting back on the throttle is not a good idea. Especially since, you know, I said that the cars give you a little bit of a leeway before they snap around on you. They still snap, as you can see in my turn 1 incident. It'll snap on you if it wants to. But you gotta screw it up pretty good. Cut 6 seconds out of my lap time. But I think that was the first lap where I didn't either spin out or have a rolling start, so I better be cutting 6 seconds. I gotta be more careful cutting people's noses off too. There's no reason, that last guy, there was no reason for me to try and cut his nose off, but I still ended up doing it. And if he wanted to, he could have just dumped the shit out of me. Still getting faster, 6/10 ahead. We've cut the lead to 14 seconds. This is fantastic. I think that kind of indicates that I don't need to drive with my hair on fire anymore, but definitely finishing this lap out because we're moving. Even though I'm still really bad at that chicane in this final corner. 38.5. Don't know if that's good or not. I tried to spin it again because I went in too hard on that corner. Because I'm paying attention, I went to the leaderboard. Seven seconds out of the lead with 6 laps left, so we can kind of go back into cruise mode. Got impatient. Didn't feel like racing him. That's the main reason why I don't do the multiplayer. It's not other people griefing me, it's me being the griefer. Just me getting impatient driving with somebody and just eventually just doing something stupid. And then it's definitely going to hurt my race, which will piss me off, but it'll hurt with their race too. And then, you know, I'll get reported because I was mean. So I feel like, sometimes I feel like the report button on a lot of the major services are just there to make you feel better. Because so many people abuse that report button so bad. You know, people lose a match in 2K and immediately report the other person for literally anything. I would not want that job, having to dig through report tickets from like Xbox Live or PlayStation. Because then you have to see if the report is actually legit or if it's, you know, somebody just griefing on GTA races. Even then, it's like, what penalty are you going to dish out? Unless it's just blatant cheating. What are you going to do, ban them from Xbox Live for a week? A little better in that chicane. Still wasn't pretty, but it was slightly better. I did that corner properly. I don't think it was fast, but I did it properly. Still get to cruise for 4 more laps. Because I'm still pulling out a decent gap to the next car, so... That first corner is so weird at Nürburgring. Not the first corner. There's you have the hairpin right-hander, and then you go up the hill to that next corner. That corner is so weird because it's uphill, and the apex of the corner kind of apexes with the hill, kind of. So you're not only doing a crest over a hill, you're also in the middle of a corner. So it's like, thinking about it is hurting my brain. I've never gotten that corner just 100% correct. If I do, it's like once in a blue moon. And it's just because I got lucky not paying attention and I just did it. Which is usually how my best laps end up going, is I just don't pay attention. But like, I'll have to get to it to try and explain it, because it's so weird. And it's not necessarily a corner that I don't like, because there are corners like that where they start off as like an arcing corner and then they tighten up as you get through the corner. I hate those. Those suck. I'm super not good at those. But like, you come up the hill and then you like crest on the fall off and then you fall down. So it's like it's a super uphill corner, and then it turns into like kind of an uphill corner, and then as you're trying to push your way out, the track's elevation is trying to crest on the exit. So really the exit of that corner is what changes the entire corner itself. Your entry is already challenging because corner entry is right at where all of your braking is going to get done on the crazy uphill, the sheer uphill part. But by the time you get to the actual entry of the corner, it's kind of leveled off. So the entry by itself is just difficult, but the whole exit part where it crests and then comes down the hill, that changes the entire characteristic of the corner itself. Because technically you can still roll through the middle of that corner, but you want to pull some of that roll out. You don't want to roll as hard through the middle of that corner. Because if you roll hard through the middle of that corner, then your exit speed is going to be too high when it crests. You want to take advantage of the uphill while you're in it, but once that uphill runs out, all of the advantage that you took of going uphill ends up hurting you. Like if I took a lot out here, then I would have ended up way on the outside of the course. And I was fighting grip in the middle of the course. I would have been fighting to stay off of the curb. But nobody should ever take racing advice from me. Not only have I never IRL road course, I'm also not that great of a driver virtually. So, but everybody has their own racing philosophy, so. Racing is, I've always compared racing to math. When you do math, there's an accepted way of doing it. There's a question, and then there's a correct answer. But the way that you get there is kind of up to you. So, like, every corner of this track has kind of an accepted way of how you should do it, but the little details in between are kind of just up to whatever you want to do. Like, there's an accepted fastest line through this course. But if it doesn't really fit to your driving style, the accepted racing line is not going to be as fast. If it doesn't fit your racing style, or you have to do something different outside of your comfort zone to get to that racing line, you're going to go slower. That's what doing some big long math equation, there's a right answer to it. Just like the right answer to the racetrack is getting a fast lap. But the details on how you get there is kind of up to you. And there's always a faster way to do it. You know, you may take a lap around the course and somebody says, hey, I saw you did this in this corner. Like for me, you know, I saw you're struggling with turn 2 at this track. It should be just like doing a math problem and somebody saying, you know, instead of doing those 3 steps in the middle, you can just cancel out such and such, and then you don't even have to do that step. It's the same thing. Alright, that's another one. My allergies have been kicking my ass. Already done 100 miles. Yeah, we still got 3 more left. Okay, Suzuka. I love Suzuka because it's a cool track. A lot of history. It's in Japan. But I am god-awful at Suzuka. I am just not fast. I'm not good at it. It doesn't matter what game it's in. It doesn't matter if it's in this game or the F1 game or anything else. I'm just not good at it. Also, shout out if you show up to my streams so that I talk, for me talking about things that nobody cares about, because I am on one today. That's for sure. So it looks like if I commit to braking at 100 meters, I've just been shooting, no matter what the corner is, if it's a heavy braking zone, I've been just shooting for the 100 meter mark. Except for this one, because it's weird. And of course I went into it with traffic, so I had no idea what I was doing. Then there's these S's, which dealing with traffic through them is awful, as is. As you can see. Dealing with those S's just on their own is difficult, but trying to navigate traffic is worse. And I think with the Gran Turismo AI, it's impossible. That's what I'm going to go with. know the braking point for this corner. It's there's that little right-hander before it. Once the rumble strips ends on the right side of the corner, on that little right-hand kink beforehand, that's your braking point. Yep, same guy, just pushing me out. Cool. I was going to say those two left-handers are the bane of my existence, because they're really cool, like, mid-speed corners. They have kind of like a little bit of a hard braking zone, and then they both have their own characteristics. They're two separate corners. They're very similar, but they're both very different at the same time. But man, am I bad at those corners. Man, am I bad at this first corner. It takes me a while to get it right. So you gonna push me? Tried. Yep. I was kind of holding position because I didn't want to get next to that guy, and of course, he fucked it up. If I was next to that guy when he screwed that corner up, this is a bad idea. Worked out. It wasn't nice, but it worked. You gotta eat up 25 seconds from the leader. And I already got my spin of the race out of the way, so clean race bonus is of no concern. It never is, but it's a nice little thing to have. That's why I've always loved Gran Turismo, is that you can make it as easy as or as difficult as you want it. The game does kind of scale, and the game does scale in the old versions. The kind of classic, you know, do this series of races, get a prize, upgrade it, tune it, this and that. But the extent that you like upgrade and tune a car was always up to you, and the driving assists were always up to you. So you could make a race as easy or as difficult as you wanted it. I think B-Spec mode from Gran Turismo 4 was just, you know, same difficulty all across the board. You just had to stack the cards in your favor if you really wanted things to work out. I kind of dipped the tires into the grass on the left side and I thought I was gone. See that? His rev tones made it sound like he was really trying to do something in the middle of the corner. I don't know. But he was still way slow rolling through the middle, so you never know what's going through the minds of the AI, especially in this game. I still think I'm rolling a little deep into that corner, but I'm making it work, so. I haven't been using DRS in the proper zones. Fun fact, that little green strip there is AstroTurf. So it's pretty much just grass that you don't have to take care of. But the car doesn't know that. The car just thinks it's grass. Which I always think it's awesome when at least in video game form, when the runoff on a corner is all concrete, you could just eat that up. This whole lap has just been sloppy as hell for me. But yeah, like the turn 1 runoff at Watkins Glen, where it's all concrete. What the hell happened there? Damn it. Thanks for the boost, bud. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the turn 1 runoff in Watkins Glen, all concrete. So if you screw up the exit at Watkins Glen, or if you screw up any point of turn 1 at Watkins Glen, it's all concrete. You have to deal with the little rumble strips at the beginning. But once you get off into that concrete, it might as well be just like low-grade racetrack out there. Yeah, just come down on top of me, like everybody else. Even though I was all the way beside him. Bad idea. My bad ideas keep working out for me. That's not good. Probably why I've spun out twice in this race. I think for the rest of this race I need to kind of concentrate, because the first half has just been sloppy as hell. It's been awful. Should have known they were going to close the door on me through there, but I really wanted to race this track with no traffic. Especially since you can haul so much ass compared to the F1 game. Just as I say that. Sent it too far off into that. Yep. Killing it. Remember when I said I needed to figure it out on the second half? I'm even worse off than I was. That was the guy who gave me the boost last time I spun out, so doing great. Definitely going to take a small little baby break after this race, turn my fan on, because my concentration has obviously left me. I also need to fix the damn screen. That's better. My clean race bonus is out the window, and I've already made a mockery of myself this race, so I do not care about contact. I will punt anybody who's in my way and not feel bad about it anymore. I've already made myself look like a fool. Nice little bit of open track here. See, it's not that hard to just lift going through there, but no, I had to try and full tilt through there like a moron. I'm sure it's possible, but not at my skill level. I should have mapped the DRS boost button to something a little easier to get to. Because then I could just use DRS at all times. But I kind of like that it's on a button where I have to shift my hand to get to it, because then it's like a realistic DRS button. You only get it in certain points. So it's really only the big straightaways that I can get to the DRS button. Still not great, but that's the best I've gotten through that corner so far. And there goes the 4/10 that I just picked up. Clean open racetrack. So nice. Watch me screw it up. I almost did there. As soon as I said it. See, even in this game where it's super forgiving, I cannot get I just can't put the combination together on both of those corners. It's just not possible. The drift today is just real bad. I also adjusted my foot pedals so that my angle relative to... So that might be really upsetting the headset. I gotta quit getting so ballsy. Dipping tires off into the grass and shit. Because that's what's hurting me. That's what's getting me to snap around. Once again, can't put those corners together. Just doesn't work. It's the first time I've been early to that chicane, though. Okay, I'm trying to get this super straight. I'm gonna readjust my pedals again. We'll try there. pretty much guarantees that this will not be my best lap. But we got a 135 of that last lap, so I'm going to take that, hang that on my shoulders, take it home, because I am bad at Suzuka. So. Thank God that was a nice spin. I could not afford catastrophes this late in the race. I just want to get out of this track so bad. This has been an awful race. I definitely need just like a mental reset. Just stand up and walk around for a second. If this race was longer, like an endurance race, I'd be in so much trouble. I would have to run like 10 or 15 laps of just cruise, like just slow laps to reset my brain. Just super clean, like fundamental laps, just to get my brain to reset on not doing dumb shit. Oh, glad we're out of there. All right. Load up the next one. While I take a quick break. Going to the Red Bull Ring. Okay. I turned my fan on. And I took a bathroom break, so hopefully that was enough to reset my brain. Now I can go to another track where, at least where I do like Red Bull Ring a lot. I probably like it more than I do Suzuka, but I still think I'm not good at this track. As much as I think I'm fast, I don't think I am. We'll see. See how this goes. I didn't screw up the corner that I always screw up, so that's a bonus. Yep, he pushed me out. Cool. Thank God that's a nice little rumble strip runoff right there. I didn't overrun those two corners, so. Solid first lap. Didn't screw up anything major. I think I missed one DRS zone. I think it was this one. But you have to hold open the DRS in this game. It's not hit the button and you get DRS. You have to hold it open. You know, it's weird when you drive like a normal human. You don't try to do everything at once. It's weird how the race kind of comes together like this. Thought about doing something dumb, rolling off into that corner just hard as hell. Need to not do anything completely stupid and then get out to... I can do dumb stuff when I get out to the open track. Just work my way through the traffic for now, and then when I get out front, then I can be rewarded with going for lap times. If I don't get up there in time, then I don't get up there in time. I have the fastest lap, so I know I can get a lot more because I have to keep picking up traffic. I knew he was going to dive out. And he pushed me out too. Had too much confidence. Can you tell that I'm actually concentrating this time? All the bullshit that was running out of my mouth is gone to a minimum. Cool. Probably not going to get clean race bonus again this time because I've slammed into the back of several cars. And this should be nose clean lap. We are out front, so we have clean territory. We have a lot of laps left, so I can screw this up and make up for it still. I like this lap. It feels good so far. Felt a little slow. That's okay. That corner was awful. Made up for it through there a little bit. I sent it and it held on kind of. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot better than what I just did. There's a couple places where I can clean it up, but I think 111's right about where it's going to end up. Especially since I was a full 10th and a half off after one corner in a straightaway, so. That was real stupid, but it stuck. Yeah, I'm satisfied with the 11.4, so. No more ridiculous bullshit. I'm just gonna cruise through this race, get my confidence back up. I'd say my confidence is certainly back up after that last hot lap, for sure. But because I did some real dumb shit and it still stuck. Maybe I'm relaxing too much. I think that's kind of, maybe that's what happened at Suzuka, because in the F1 game, when you're driving the F1 cars, at least with those physics, you have to stay on top of it the entire time. If you go into relax mode while you're playing that game, you're going to get eaten up. But like this game, there's so many different cars that, like, if in this situation, I can get out front and just kind of go into cruise mode and I'll be okay. But I think that's my problem, is I get out front and I go into cruise mode and I'm in an F1 car still. So you can't really go into cruise mode in the F1 car because it'll eat you up still. So I still think I need to keep a little more heightened awareness. I still need to keep a little edge to my driving. Not just go into full kickback party on the beach mode. Which is technically how you should always race. Especially, you know, in real life where, you know, life and limb are on the line. There's no question that you should always be on top of shit, but this is a video game. Like, you know. That corner is difficult. And it's almost solely attributed to the fact that it's a big straightaway with a downhill braking zone. There's no reason to brake through that corner. The downhill, first of all, you're carrying it just all the speed from a DRS straightaway. So you're going to have a heavy braking zone. But that heavy braking zone is extra downhill compared to the whole rest of the straightaway. So you have bonus grade in elevation. So not only are you carrying a massive amount of speed, you now have a downhill heavy braking zone. So we crest the hill, come through here, downhill, back up. Now we're going back downhill again, extra downhill. And that's right on top of the braking zone. And the reason it's tough is the same reason that the turn 1 at the Nürburgring is tough. Because it's that downhill, and then on the way out, the course slowly transitions to an uphill. So there's almost like it's almost like a dip in the exit of that corner. And the way it loads the car, it's not nice. Is the best way I can describe it. Is the grip vectors for the tires is just all over the place. So the car just doesn't know what to do. And there's a lot of corners like that on this course where there's an elevation change kind of in the middle of it, so it's almost like a pseudo dip in the course. But there is one corner where it actually plays your advantage. See how it goes downhill and then transitions to the flat, and then we're going back uphill. Which is a really easy way to upset a car. But there's one corner where that actually plays to my advantage. And it's the last corner in the lap. Coming up this one. You go downhill, heavy brake, dip, and then you're back to flat. But the nice part about that corner is that you can use that dip to really kick the car through the corner. And I think the fact that it's so sharp is what makes it... It's right in that zone of between sharp and sweeping corner. Because turn 1 at Nürburgring is a sharp turn, a hairpin turn. It's 180 degrees, pretty much. And that's a really good way to upset a car, going from downhill to flat to uphill. And then you have this corner, which is that same formula, that quick downhill to flat to back uphill. But it's a lot more of a sweep. It's not a 90-degree corner. But this last corner is somewhere in between. It's not a sweeping corner, but it's not a full hairpin either. So I think the way that this corner is bent, because it's still technically the harsh downhill to flat, and then it's just a baby uphill. It's not a full uphill. But I think the way that corner is bent is you can really dip it on that inside and it'll turn the corner for you. Hey, we got clean race. All right. Let's run through the treks. I just had a stroke. Let's run through our checks. We have 306 wins. So let's make sure, once again, even though I've done this like 3 times on stream, do final checks through every race and make sure. Although, via math, I'm also going to check and see, so that's 2 extra wins. I want to see what the actual win count is supposed to be. Right now I have 2 extras. Because there's some of these races I've done multiple times. So far, so good. Still only 2 extra wins. They're full-on trophies. Because I'm curious as to what the actual win count is supposed to be. I'm gonna get 307, but that's because like I said, I redid a couple of races. So beginner league is done. 2 extra wins out of the beginner league. I think when I get to the professional league is where things gonna get wacky, because there was one race in there that I think was super easy to grind for extra money. Still no extra wins, but we're still looking great on trophies. Amateur league done. Midship challenge. If it's a sports race, I know for a fact. Okay, so I think so that's 4 and 2, so that's 6. 6 extra wins so far. There's where I'm gonna finish. So 6 extra wins as it sits. And the Endurance League is done. Okay, so with 1 race left is where you should hit 300 wins. So there's 301 total races to win in this game. And that's after updates. So I know they've added races as the days go on. And I don't know if they're going to add any more now that they're probably in full-blown development for the next game. I know they still hold events for this game, so there might be a little skeleton crew kind of throwing updates in here and there. I know they throw new cars in every now and then, but I haven't seen new races in a while. So this will be my 301st individual win. We just racked up win number 300 of new wins. And this is the last one. Going to Spain. I love Spain. Spain is a really cool course. Mostly because and I've said this a bajillion fucking times, but Spain is a benchmark track. If you want to compare, if you want to hold, if you and your buddy want to see who's the best driver, you set everything up exactly the same and you both run laps at Spain, because Spain has every type of racing feature that you could want. Or if you want to set up your difficulty for a racing game, Spain is a good place to go to figure out where you stand. Here we go. I'm going to take the same approach that I did Austria, the Red Bull Ring, which is pick through the traffic first, drive a good race, and then I can start whipping it when I get out front. That's my reward for driving to the front, is getting to whip some laps. Man, I'm pretty sure you can pick a, my headset picks up the gear changes on my steering wheel, the little clicks. You could hear me going into that first gear corner, the furious clicking I was trying to get the downshift down to match the braking speed. We have the best pace. I should have known he was going to run back outside. Honestly figured this was going to take me a lot longer. I figured this was going to be, after that first race being 10 laps at the expressway, I figured this was going to take me 2.5 hours to do. You're going to hear me just flicking through the through the gears. Hey, he left the door open. But yeah, if I get this done first try, you know, this will be less than 2 hours to get this done, so that's pretty cool. Didn't have to blow out my voice to finish this game. That'll be another invisible trophy to hang up on my non-real, my definitely not real trophy case. It's one of those things like when a speedrunner gets world record in some game. It's like when a speedrunner turns world record in some game, like, and they turn it in. Like, at least then they get their name up on a leaderboard, even though it's almost like an invisible trophy. But there's some tangibility to it. There's usually proof of it, especially if they turn it at a marathon like GDQ or something. Then you get that extra little ribbon, but it's kind of like that for me. It's like a invisible trophy that nobody gives a shit about except for you. At least in the speedrun community, there's a community there that other people are like, oh, that guy. And you know, these are racing games. There's lap time leaderboards and shit. Like, you can be tangibly good, but for me, there's not even an achievement linked to this. Like, usually my accomplishments are, you know, working towards an achievement, like lasso runs in Halo. I have a lot of lasso achievements in Halo that are legit. And I can hang my hat on those. Those are probably some of my biggest, you know, invisible trophy case type achievements. But like beating Gran Turismo 3 and 4, and now this one, Gran Turismo Sport, it's like, that's the ultimate pseudo trophy, because there's not even an achievement for this. I don't get a trophy for this. And as far as I know, I'm definitely one of the only people who's going to give a shit. That I, you know, and like, I'm definitely the only person who's, if I brought this up to friends or family, it's just like, oh, cool. Why? Just like me getting, you know, grinding for 200 wins in like every NASCAR game. At least there's an achievement, you know, linked to that, which gives me a boost on the tangible true achievement leaderboards. You know, my true achievement ratio is nuts. My true achievement score is awesome because I always go for those stupid hard achievements that take, you know, 20 hours to do. I'm really glad that True Achievements did all that work to put in a whole other scoring ratio other than gamer score, to kind of add a new layer of achievements so that it's not just, you know, people who buy $6 games with the easiest achievements possible just to pad their score. Because I'd like to consider myself an achievement hunter, but I'm not, you know, I can't throw money around like that on games. And now that I'm a full-blown adult, I have less time to throw around on games. You know, I can't play a game for 10 hours that costs me $6 just to get 1,000 gamer score. That's not worth it to me. So I'd rather grind out a Halo lasso, you know, do like 1 or 2 levels a day every weekend, and rack up 100 gamer score that way. But, you know, my gamer score will still be worse than somebody who got some shitty game and just spent 10 hours on it. But True Achievements added that extra layer of, you know, me grinding away for that 100 gamer score lasso run is almost worth more than, you know, some easy achievement get. And it's better than the quote-unquote rare achievement system for Xbox, because damn near every achievement's rare. If it's less than, you know, 10% of people got it, then it's considered rare. But that's only people who are, you know, like connected to Xbox Live. And Xbox Live can report that achievement get, but all I'm trying to say in this totally incoherent rant is that I appreciate True Achievements, adding that extra layer of True Achievement, and that I'm actually glad to hang. I beat Gran Turismo Sport 100% on my definitely non-existent gamer trophies. downshifted there. And I turned to 126. I'm not really concerned with throwing crazy lap times now for some reason. For some reason, this being the last race, it's just like I want to just drive it and enjoy it. Because I think the only thing for me coming back to this game now, honestly, there's the whole arcade mode. There's so much left to do there. If I wanted to truly go all out on this, technically, according to the game, all you have to do is beat driving school and the circuit experience or whatever, the one where it teaches you the individual sections of a track and then you have to set a hot lap. Technically, beating those two modes 100%, according to this game, gets you the 100% completion. But me being the old school Gran Turismo player, the GT League is technically how the old games were set up so that you get 100%. That's where I consider the 100% to come in. It's almost going back to speedrunners. What do speedrunners consider 100% for any given game? That's like community decision. That's my opinion for this game, is that 100% happens not, and this isn't speedrun wise, I don't know if Gran Turismo speedruns exist other than hot laps, you know, ILs. But my personal opinion is that the 100% in Gran Turismo happens when you win every race in the GT League. I think that's what it's called in this game. This is the GT League. Second place car is trying to make a run back at me. Cut my lead to like half. They're not going to get to me by the end of the race, though. But yeah, the arcade mode also has you, you know, every track and every layout of that track has a beginner, intermediate, and expert race for you to race and win. That's even more of 100%. I would consider those to be two different 100% within this game. You could put 100% arcade mode, or you could 100% the GT League. I consider the GT League 100% to be the true 100%. So there's plenty of things to still bring me back to the game if I wanted to play it. I think for me the next thing to do would be get the trophy for running a certain distance at circle tracks. I don't have that one yet. I think that would be the next trophy that I go for this game. Because I haven't checked the trophies in a while, but I think that's the only other tangible one for me that isn't linked to like online play or something. Final straightaway. There it is. 100% GT League. 301 different wins. 206 miles on the day. Would have been closer to 250 if I didn't do that one race at the beginning. They have a thing for it. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I thought I wasn't going to get anything for it. They gave me a little thing for it. Hell yeah. Well, now I got... I feel like I got to do the arcade now because they're going to give me a thing for it. Damn it. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, if you go to arcade and single race, like there's 8 different layouts for this one track, and you have to do 3 races each. So that's 24 races for one track. And you have to go through all the tracks in the game. So let's see, that's 3. My math is not good enough to count them all up. It's a lot. It's probably rivaling GT League with 300. So once I end the stream, I'll go look at the trophies and shit, because I don't want to go audio only on you. What else do I have to get? Playtime, I need to still rack up like 13 hours. Distance driven, I'm not even halfway. Time driven, I'm 11 hours away. Fuel consumed. I think I could probably rack these up, hopefully, or at least get close when I get the circle track one. Drift points is a little bit grindy, but it's not too far out. Value of cards purchased, we could get there eventually. That'll probably end up happening once fuel consumed and time driven get pushed through. Same with prize credits. I've played this 132 days. In different days. I've played this 132 different days. I'd say that's a little elevated because I used to do... back when I didn't have a lot of wins in the GT League, I would just log on and do enough races to get me the bonus car and then quit. Just so that I could rack up cars that qualified for different races rather than buying them. So that was like 1 or 2 races a day. As compared to when I stream it, I do like, 5 or 6. So I'd say that's definitely an inflated number compared to normal. Then there's like the social media aspect thing, which is weird. These are all online based, which those are related to achievements, which kind of sucks. Oh man. All gold. Circuit experience, that's what it is. Because I have 100% on the driving school, mission challenge, and circuit experience. So the campaign is 100% done. The whole campaign thing. Minus the Lewis Hamilton time trial, because I don't have that DLC. So, and I don't think I'll be getting it anytime soon. I'm probably going to wait for the next Gran Turismo release. Sport is the online mode. So yeah. And I'll check the trophies after this. I know for a fact the one trophy that I was going to grind for is it's either laps or mileage on circle tracks, which I figure is pretty easy to get. Especially if I do like a custom race and set a massive amount of laps. Or just set it at the achievement, because I know for a fact I've done a good amount of circle track laps so far. But yeah, if you were here for it, you were here for the completion of this game. Once again, if you showed up for a little bit, if you watched the whole thing, thank you, regardless of any time that you spent, any amount of interaction with my streams. Even if you even if you just only catch the VODs on YouTube, that's still awesome because I get to see the views on that, and you know, it's still interaction, which I appreciate. I appreciate all of it. I love getting to see the numbers on my breakdown for my my streams, which definitely affect me a little bit. You know, if not a lot of people showed up, it is discouraging. But I know that those numbers are kind of played around with behind the scenes, so I still do this as a hobby. Just I always think it's fun, and it's always a way for, you know, any of my friends or family, or, you know, even strangers, to just always know where I'm at and what I'm doing, and have some type of interaction gateway between us. So if I'm streaming, you could always show up to the stream, get into chat, and get a hold of me, guaranteed. Or just know that I'm here. If you just show up to a stream and hear me talking, just know that I'm around. So, which all of that sounds super conceited and selfish, but I meant it to be like a cool, like, interaction way, like people can connect through virtual means rather than having to call each other or text or meet up or anything like that. But I hope that's how that sounded, not like, come watch me. But yeah, thank you. Oh, also, I will be doing something very different. I think sometime Wednesday, I'll tweet it out, and I'll push out the live notification. My New Year's resolution last year was to get through my to-watch list of TV shows, mainly anime. Shows that I needed to watch, and I didn't get through that list, so I felt as though a punishment was necessary. So on Wednesday, I will be doing the wifey tier list, which is super different from anything I've done. And it's old and played out and dumb at this point to do tier lists, but hey, I need a punishment. So I will be doing a tier list on Wednesday, and I'll be setting my New Year's resolution back up. So if I don't complete it again next year, that list is getting updated. And if I end up having fun doing it, then it's not really a punishment. So it's kind of an experiment in that way. But yeah, it's going to be super different from what I normally do. It's going to be kind of played out at this point, but necessary. So come hang out on Wednesday for that. Like I said, I'll be tweeting it out. I'll be sending out the live notifications. I'll also be streaming it from my PC, which God knows how that's going to work. It might just explode. It might not even work. I might just have to build the tier list and then tweet it out and be like, here, this is it, and don't argue with me. So, for the final time, thank you for showing up, and hopefully I see y'all Wednesday.